Shameless. United in the Europa League. Europa League.
Man United 2, Marcel. Sharif 0. You predicted a comfortable win. You was very, when other people were like, oh, I don't know, they beat Real Madrid. You was like, no, we'll be all right tonight. And you wanted more goals.
Yeah, more goals, man. I think, come on, this is the first team, Flex. We should be seeing more goals in this kind of game, in my opinion. I think for us to only come away with 2, it kind of shows that we're just not there. With the first team, it needs to be a little bit more quality. And there's a huge problem with the wide players. I think, Anthony was kind of, underwhelming. Sancho scores, but in a central area. He's not really, I think, playing as well as I would like to see him in the wide
Isn't
area.
that it for him, though? The fact that he is that type of wide player. I know it's weird because technically we're saying he needs to be infield to be implemented, but coming in from wide areas and linking up, isn't that how we're going to see Sancho and at the best of him?
I think that's where he looks most effective. He nearly gets an assist for Bruno as well, driving at players. When he plays in the 9, like a false 9 type player, we mentioned Cam's and what he's been talking about in terms of tactically for Sancho, and it looks like he could do a job there as a replacement or a cover for the 9 spot. Looks like only Ronaldo might be available at the moment. Hopefully Rashford is all right in terms of injury wise, but in terms of Ronaldo today, coming too far into the midfield line, dropping it in too much. But when he's getting the ball, good little link up play and passing, scores his goal. I was really saying he needs to score an open play, but getting a penalty, dispatching it well, I think is something positive, and hopefully more goals going forward now. In a couple of weeks break, he must be playing internationals most probably. Yeah. So now Ronaldo played well today. The backline was really good though. That's the most
That's our most consistent thing right now, isn't it?
Super consistent right now, Flex. I mean, that's what 5 games, minimal amount of goals conceded, maybe 1 or 2 here. Another clean sheet today. Martinez fantastic, Varane fantastic. Malacia, I think I was mentioning about Malacia, Ericsson, or Martinez. But Malacia's playing on both fullback areas. Having the tactical nous to play in midfield as well. Same with Delo today. But just that combination, like I was saying, I've said it previously, everything's centralised except for the wide areas. And when I'm seeing those combinations of our 2 fullbacks coming inside, it just looks so good.
What do you like about Malacia, and especially today as well? What do you?
You could just see he's levels above Luke Shaw right now. Luke Shaw came on today, just looks a bit sluggish, a bit heavy, but he's fast, he's tenacious. He doesn't go up a lot. We were saying that he doesn't like break lines or bomb forward, get always to the byline. But you can see it's a clear tactic. Come inside, link up play with Ericsson, allow Ericsson to come into the defensive line even, and play clever passes through the third. So, and then coming on to Ericsson, he's just fantastic, man. I mean, without him, I just don't feel like we're going to be the same kind of team. Nobody else in that midfield can do that from that area. I thought he was a 10, if I'm honest. He looked more like a 10 to me. But in the 6 and 8, he just looks so good, man. And you can tell that Scott is the guy for the balance. To allow Ericsson to express himself and play his game. Casemiro's not doing it. I don't know why.
What's your assessment on Casemiro since he come?
He's not doing it right now. He's not. We've got to give him time to bed in. I think that's what it is. With the likes of Anthony as well, the Brazilian guys. Anthony, Martinez has come, hit the ground running straight away. So has Ericsson. So has Martinez. But the ones that you're gonna hit and miss sometimes with transfers, or just give them time to progress. I think that's Casemiro and Anthony right now. Anthony was quiet today. Casemiro has been very, very leggy at times, rash. A lot of the time.
A lot of fouls given away, innit? Yeah.
A lot of fouls, running into challenges, not winning those 50-50s. It looks like 60-40s to the opposition sometimes. So, he's got to improve a lot in terms of blending in with the team. But I wanted to see more. The opposition didn't press us high at all. So you would have hoped maybe De Gea to maybe see a bit more passing range from him. It was kind of a lot of short passes. Safe. But they kind of...
time thing. Like you're saying, it's still early in our development with Ten Hag. It looks like we're just trying to get the basics consistently right with that first team as well. Because that's 5 games that first team's played together, and they've won 5.
Yeah. Ten Hag's showing that he's learning. I mean, he changed things straight away. He's got a clear second team now. It's a win. I can't complain. I shouldn't really be complaining, but you want little bits, and I'm sure Ten Hag
bar to keep raising. Yeah.
I think Ten Hag's even going to be looking at it like that.
He says it all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah. So we have to be looking at that in terms of improving by good increments, a little bit by little bit. In the Europa League now, that looks more better now. The league table looks a lot more healthy. Like we've said, Real Sociedad, we have to beat them now away from home. The other teams look like they should be winnable games. I don't know if he played the same. I wanted to see more Garnacho. You know, I wanted to see more Garnacho. I wanted to see more Zidane, but this was a must-win game.
Couldn't mess it up,
You can't mess about with this game. So to see the first team dispatch a 2-0, would have liked to see 3 and 4, because that's where you get to work on breaking down the two banks of 4. They were away from us a lot of the game. They weren't coming to press high. They caused us a bit of problems though in the first half. And like I said, you know, Martinez, Varane.
How good are those two together as a partnership?
We've just gone 5 games and won all of them with about 3 or 4 of them clean sheets, maybe 3 of them clean sheets. They're fantastic. You know, they complement each other so well. It's all about keeping Varane fit now at this stage. If he's not fit, then who comes in for him? And the drop of quality, we've seen it. You know, even for the short little cameo that Maguire was there for. You know, he was just standing in the middle of the pitch doing 1-2 passing with Martinez. I don't know. It's a good headache for Ten Hag to have in terms of who replaces those two, but those two are just clear above the rest.
And they're just building that little and large, that kind of, you know, they've got each other's back.
Yeah.
The fullbacks are doing it as well. They're aggressive. Just quickly on Jadon Sancho before I ask you a man of the match. Jadon Sancho, the way he took his goal, I know you spoke a little bit earlier, you want to see a bit more from him and stuff like that and keep seeing him progress, but isn't that exactly what we want to see from him, just to go back to Sancho? Because that finish, do you know what I mean? Like against Liverpool, when you're seeing the best of him is when he kind of has the ball at his feet and just needs to shift it either way, as opposed to isolate him against his fullback, leave him 1-on-1 and let him get. But he's just not that type of winger. But the way he took his goal today, he's already at probably nearly the tally he had last year, nearly already.
Yeah, he's improving. And you know, big pressure moments he scores. I mean, away to Leicester, scores very composed in front of goal. Like you mentioned, Liverpool, even last season against Chelsea, away from home, you know, just 1v1 against the goalkeeper, sits him down, Mendy, and slots it. So he's got good composed moments. I think he plays. He's scoring goals. He's scoring goals. That's what we want from him. We were talking about, you know, on the full view about goals and assists from this man, and he's delivering those right now. It's just, I don't know what it is. I feel like we want to see a winger that, you know, beats his man and puts the cross in straight away. He doesn't really do that, and I think that's almost a clear tactic. Both of our wingers are kind of want the ball to feet, patient. They're looking for the cross inside when they cut inside, and then they're looking for the cross for the striker. I don't know. Sancho's a weird one, but we have to trust Ten Hag. If he's going to keep playing him, and there's going to be a headache soon, whether it's Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Ronaldo, Martial, there's going to be that jostling.
And he's getting a tune out of them. He's getting a tune out of Rashford so far. I know we still want him to do more, but he's getting a tune out of Sancho so far, but we still want more.
Yeah.
You know, we're waiting for Anthony to kind of arrive and stuff. So what I like is that we look at it and say, I just want to see a bit more, but actually there's still more output than there was before, and it can still get better.
Yeah, that's a good thing as well. That's like the ceiling is we can see things are working, and we can chart it up and say, look, there's another level to go here.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. That's good management. That's good team spirit right now. That we know that they're not at the highest level right now, and they got a big test. I would like to have seen more goals today, because then you could say, okay, they look sharp for the big test coming up. They're gonna have a long break period now. It's maybe a good thing because, you know, you get to work on the team shape and the training ground. Maybe a few, you know, behind closed door games or whatever, but.
Say that, they're all going to be in the national duty.
Yeah, okay. So,
so I mean, the main, pretty much, apart from Sancho and Rashford, who's getting back to fitness, and Martial, pretty much they're all gone. So it's like, you know, hopefully they come back in good nick.
Yeah.
They can go, because it's a massive game against City.
Massive game. Like, it's a never must-win game for us. I mean, we're in this trajectory right now where that back line is looking very, very unbeatable. Even De Gea is playing well. I can't criticize him too much. You know, even today, there was a crazy pass from Delo. I think Delo had a couple bad passes in parts today, but you know, De Gea's been playing well. So hopefully, again, away, we're going to have that counter-attacking style, which has played dividends for us.
Got to do that against City.
I mean, it just doesn't look like it'll work any other way, and trust that back four keep everything tight. Scott was brilliant. Again, you know, clearly you can see why he's ahead of Casemiro right now. Just looks like he has everything above him. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but Scott looks brilliant. Bruno was rash, but, you know, great release for the ball to get the penalty. You know, that's what you want, that killer instinct, forcing the pressure, trying to get us into the final third. So,
yeah,
you know, good stuff.
Who was your man of the match to finish off?
Malacia. I'm going to give it to Malacia. I mean, you know, comfortable in the left back area, comfortable in the right back area. You know, we really need a replacement right back. He looks like, you know, drove with the ball from the right back position. You know, he's got both of the full back areas locked down.
That's his man of the match. There you go.